Okay.
Before you break my heart, before you start, I'm gonna break your arm in concentration.
I think it's about a journalist.
It's his job, and it's just stupid to get annoyed by it. But if you write a song, one, you can let off some steam, and you can see this song as a punch in the face on this guy or another guy. And hopefully, if this guy finds out that the song is about him, he can't review the album. In Sweden, I think it's called Jäv. What's it called?
John's demo is a bit more grungy, Pavement, slower, but then we speeded it up, more punky, as it is now, like that.
And it had a crazy energy, and like with this drumming on the first intro thing on Dig a Little Deeper, that was like the spirit for this Breaker Breaker, and the speed in the end was ridiculous. And but while that song was lying in the drawer to mature, and we took it out and listened to it again, John grew some kind of idea that it should be more serious somehow.
But at one point, for some reason, we weren't happy with that, so we completely changed it and played it like this. Like Brimful of Ashes.
Before you break my heart, before you start.
But then that went away, and we went back and played it even faster after a couple of beers. And sometimes you have to like go through a couple of changes to realize the first idea was the best idea.
The lyric was break your bike, but we changed that. And this, we also changed this one. Pull the plug and shock you with it.
Just by luck, we got a really good guitar sound. I really like that sound on that. Just the rhythm guitar on the Breaker Breaker sounds magic. It scratches the exact right points on the eardrum.
I don't know, it's a short song. I think Bjorn wanted it even shorter, but there was something in the contract with Per that made he couldn't make songs less than 90 seconds. So he put an extra chorus bit in there. And, you know, it will, I don't know, we will understand why he said it in a couple of years.
But it's about being buried, about it's like a dream sequence, seeing yourself from above, being buried, like an out of your own body experience, but you actually don't feel that it's a bad experience because you're being buried with your loved one or your wife or whatever, and you see all your friends and family and parents mourning and grieving, but you actually feel good about going to the next world because your love is there with you. So I'd say it's like when the saints go marching in rock and roll indie version. Macabre is not a word even Englishmen use that often. And I talked to a friend from America who's an academic. He used to work at Yale University. as a librarian, and he actually say that they usually say macabre. So that's even different. But the way it's spelled, I thought, for some reason, I just read the word and I sang, okay, macabre. That sounds good. Macabre, that sounds American. May see macabre. And of course, Bjorn and John and Per, they're not from America or England either. So nobody thought something was wrong with that. But then my friend told me that, oh, you should say macabre, okay? It's from French, of course, so it's not that weird, but you don't think that American says macabre. But I said, no, it's not gonna fit in on the record, and the record is almost finished. I can't sing May See Macabre, it's not working. But then I found this Webster's dictionary page on the web, and you actually can say macabre as well, even though it's maybe probably not the academic way, but macabre. So I went down here and re-recorded that word in this studio at the very last minute before mastering. So it's all fake.
And some people refer to this song as beautiful.
This was a song that Peter sent us a demo of our last album, Living Thing. I love Peter's demos, by the way. Their sounds, I think it's a great sound.
This one too, we had a little bit of a problem with the drum beat on this one. Until we realized we couldn't play a 4-on-floor on this album, it wouldn't be right, you know. We tried that on both, maybe Second Chance on this one, and then we read in Nöjes Guiden, which is a prominent Swedish magazine, that it's not cool playing 4-on-floor if you're a rock band. So we skipped that.
This also we recorded the drums 2 times on top of each other, so. And we changed the pattern on the drums. That
he's so good at playing. John, he overdubbed. It's like he overdubbed the drums. Like we had one drum take, and then he went out in the kitchen and did one more drum take on top of it. And I barely edited anything.
I just followed the bass drum. I don't have to do much, but there's a lot of tricky chords in this song. It's Peter's song. A lot of tricky chords. It's 2 chords, but they come like, you know, every 3rd bar or something. It's ridiculous.
Kind of a lot of cut and pasting, and also with the chords, how many bars we should play on in minor and in major, and
it sounds very natural, the flow of it, but it's like it's not very natural.
It was kind of a difficult song because it's one of those songs. Sometimes I write songs where I let the lyric decide everything, where I just let the lyric flow and then I try to fit the music into that. So the verses were kind of, I had a demo which kind of had, you know, all the riffs and this thing and all those riffs that are on the record was on the demo, but the form of the verse were kind of weird because it was just like a flow, and I changed the chords all the time, and I didn't think about, you know, meter or what you say when you count bars. So when we were playing it with the guys, they got really confused, and like, when do I change the chords? And the basic on the backing track, the basic guitar is a Fender Jazz, which does like the edge things, the edge guitar, all the reverby echoes. And then we have a 12-string who does, which is a bit more jingle jangle, REM Smiths. And then you have, which I feel is John Squire, Stone Roses, psychedelic, and that's a Gretsch, of course. You can listen to the song, but I'm pleased with the lyric. Yeah. End of story.